all things informative in education. This is about apprenticeship and growing through your workforce with the apprenticeship program. So it's a great overview of what we offer, our continuing education classes, some of the scholarships that we have available, and also some of our other offerings as well. But first, I would love to get started with Mason Cope. He is a successful graduate of our apprenticeship program, and he's here to share his journey and insight. Mason, thank you.
Yeah. So my name's Mason Cope. I work for McClintock Heating and Cooling. I'm currently their installation field supervisor. I started the PHCC apprenticeship program in 2017, I think, and ended up graduating in 2021. One of the things I liked so much about it while I was going through the process was I was able to learn at work as well as learn at home too. So the work I was doing at home was helping me in my everyday duties. You know, I'd be reading at home and see something that would make me understand what I was doing a little bit better. And it helped me with test taking skills a lot too. After I graduated the program in 2021, I have received multiple NATE certifications, as well as my H3 and my H2 North Carolina licenses. So it's been a great program. Would highly recommend it to anybody that's not already using an apprenticeship program at their business because it's very beneficial.
Yes, thank you, Mason. And on top of his apprenticeship participation, he also participated in our Rising Leaders program. And now he is stepping up and will be joining the board next year. So that's very, very exciting. So it's just a great insight of the potential of the apprenticeship program and how they continue to grow and build their skills. So thank you so much, Mason, for taking time to come and speak to us today. So thank you.
No problem.
And again, I'm Adria Jones. I'm the Director of Education Services for PHCC. So I'll oversee our apprenticeship program, any of the continuing educations, our well seal, disciplinary code class, all the things. And I'd like to go around and introduce who's here. You introduce yourself. And Jeremiah, we can start with you.
Sure. I'll bring a face to the name, right?
Yes.
So I am Jeremiah Weckesser. I'm a mechanical inspector with the city of Raleigh. I'm also the president of NCMIA, the North Carolina Mechanical Inspectors Association, and we're heavily involved in doing Con Ed. It's still a requirement for inspectors, and we really aim to get contractors involved. And with PHCC being active with Con Ed and really providing just education services, obviously those that are willing to take it may not be mandated by the state, but are definitely encouraged to do that. We like to help bridge those gaps. I mean, we're all working towards the same goal, a safe, compliant installation, and make money doing it. We want y'all to. So when I saw this pop up, I thought, hey, this will be a great opportunity. Listen in, see what you all are doing, how your discussions progress with continuing education and getting people licensed. We're big advocates for that. So, anything that I can help contribute to that process, we're happy to. So thanks for opening it up to us and for letting me be on here.
Yes, right. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to, like you said, put a face to name because we've received those emails and we've helped promote those Con Ed classes that you guys, I think with like the new code and stuff, you guys put on some of those classes.
We do.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, Skip or Stephanie.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Blazek. I'm the executive director for PHCC of North Carolina, and here to support you all and take direction in any way we can.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Skip Shuey. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm helping here with the local PHCC and just happy to be here. Happy to help.
Yes, thank you. And Skip is also a part of in Mason, a part of our education committee. We meet monthly and we talk about, ways to grow and offerings and things like that. So they have really helped this year a lot with the things that we're putting on and offering. All right, and I'm gonna just jump into our presentation. So it's a lot of information. So as we're going along, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I really wanted to start with Mason because his why story is very important and it ties into why apprenticeship matters. Because again, you get to build those practical and demand skills, you get to connect with industry professionals, you get to open the doors to long-term career opportunities. The hands-on learning complements your class learning, which is virtual for us. And then again, what Jeremiah said, it helps bridge the workforce gaps in this industry. And this picture is from McClintock and their gang of apprenticeships. Milwaukee provided patches for the apprentices, to keep encouragement, keep them going. And that's the picture that they sent us from that. So that was really cool. So an overview, we'll talk about the map to our training, explore the courses, the students' responsibilities versus like your admins, funding and support, and then just getting started with everything. So no matter what stage you are in the PHCC career, the PHCC Educational Foundation offers educational resources designed to help you succeed. Our comprehensive programs include a diverse lineup of live, online, and on-demand options. So advantages of our e-learning. So again, our classroom proportion is virtual, but they'll also be on the job doing the hands-on training. So it's open enrollment. So there's no semesters or anything like that. You can enroll any time of the week, any time of the day, just depending on what works best for you and your company. You can pace the learning. So again, this is the apprentice get to work at their own pace. So when they get free time or carved out time during the week, during like whether it's like training or just classroom time, they have the opportunity to work and, because everyone's different learning abilities. And then it's just convenient because you get to work from the comforts of your own home. Or again, you can create that dynamic in the workspace to say, hey, we're going to carve out an hour a week. Let's work together on some modules. So here's some of our courses. The very first one I always like to talk about is our workforce readiness course because it's free. You can self-register. And this is a great introduction to just like our platform and just a little overview of plumbing and HVAC itself. So every time I go to career fairs, this is something I'm always stressing that, hey guys, try this out first. See if it's something you want to continue to learn about, if it's like a good way for you to learn, and then we can go from there. And then also for your life, you have someone wanting to join the apprenticeship program, but we do have a 90-day probational period, just to make sure they're acclimated with you guys and that they're serious about pursuing this. This is something they can go ahead and get started with. Excuse me. And it gives you an insight like, okay, they're serious and they're ready to go to the next level. So again, the registration is free and it's 6 modules and will be active for 90 days. And once they complete, they do receive a certificate. And if they don't complete after 90 days, there's no penalty or anything. You just have to sign back up if you want to continue. Then next we have our plumbing and HVAC pre-apprentices program. It's $29. It's 7 modules for 4 months. They leave it open for 4 months. It's 120 days. This is a great, once they decide I want to go plumbing or HVAC, this is where they can start learning those basics of like customer service, soft skills, safety, science and math, and some of the basics of plumbing and HVAC. So these are divided again into those categories. So there's one for plumbing and there's one for HVAC. And again, you can self-register and these are $29. And then we also offer fast track to service and repair, plumbing or HVAC. So you can train a technician to be productive and able to run a service truck in record time. This revamped program, originally developed by Quality Service Contractors, gives participants focus and timely service and repair plumbing and HVAC training. Students study at their own pace as they work week permits, with most students finishing around 9 to 12 months, but they give you the 18 months to complete this. The course includes 34 training modules critical for success of today's plumbing and HVAC service and repair professionals. And some of those topics include safety, customer service, plumbing, electrical work, basic business skills, and more. So the cost of this one is $2,350, and that's per student. But again, we'll talk about some ways that can help pay for this and some other techniques for that. But this is just great if you want to get someone on that truck fast and get them started that ways. And at the end of everything, I'll also send all the syllabus so you can really look at each details of the topics. And then also want to hit on some of our continuing education courses. So we offer the EPA Section 608 with East Coast Institute, as well as the A2L safety course. So, you know, the Section 608, the Federal Clean Air Act requires that all persons who maintain, service, repair, or dispose of appliances that contain ozone-depleting refrigerants be certified in proper handling techniques. So this course will prepare students, apprentices, and technicians at all levels of their career for all 4 sections of the EPA Section 608 examination. And for our members, it's $150, and that also includes the exam fee. So you take the course, the modules, answer all that, and then when they're ready to take the exam, I am a proctor, so I can set up a time and we can take that exam, together. And then after that, you receive your certificate. And the same concept for the A2L safety, as the HVAC industry continues to move forward and innovate, the refrigerants that were once so complacent for are now being phased out. So replacing them with more energy efficient, environmentally friendlier refrigerants known as the low GWP refrigerants. This course provides students and practicing techniques with the information and knowledge necessarily to safely work with mildly flammable refrigerants and prepare for that certification exam as well. So again, it's $150 for our members, and it includes the exam fee as well. And now to some more continuing education classes. We have a new one that was released this year. Their kickoff was just July 31st, and tomorrow is like their first official session with like goal settings and things like that, but it's called Business Leaderships and Essentials. So it's a 10-week fully digital program designed for current and aspiring leaders in the plumbing and HVAC industry. It's focused on essentials of people management and business finance, and it empowers managers at every stage of their careers to reskill and upskill effectively. So we have our rising leaders currently in this program because it's a part of, just their goal to learn these skills because they're stepping up in more leadership roles. There's also, I've spoken to some members who are fairly new to their business, so they took advantage of this as well, just to learn more and to be a more productive leader and business owner. So organizational leadership, people management, and financial mastery. And that's $795, and that's also self-register. You can self-register for that one. Again, it did kick off July 31st, but I believe they are still accepting new people. And again, their first session is tomorrow. And then lastly, we have just finance management itself. They revamped this course as well. It's designed to provide a self-directed online training solution for new contractors, your business owners, and their office staff who need to learn the concepts and skills necessary for managing their business finances. This course may be beneficial for those who are new to financial management or for those who want to refresh their skills. The course includes 9 online training modules critical for the success of today's finance professionals. And the cost for members is $199, and you would reach out to me to get you registered for that. But we had a few that took it when they first released the new updated one, and they really, really enjoyed it. Found it was a lot of refresher stuff that they may have forgotten or, can apply again today. So we've got great feedback from this course as well. Now we can talk about our apprenticeship program. But before I get into that, do we have any questions about our like base introductory to apprenticeship and any continuing education? Awesome. All right. So our apprenticeship program, it is online, and it's a non-classroom based method of related technical instruction. So it's approved and recognized by the Department of Labor, Employment and Training Administration, and Office of Apprenticeship as reasonable option for apprenticeship training. Each course is the equivalent of 1 year of classroom instruction, which is 144 hours. So if a student was to average about 2.5, 3 hours a week, they could successfully complete that within that year. It's laid out to be a 4-year program, but again, there's some that may have prior experience. Because the apprenticeship program is you do have to be at least 18. Make sure you have a GED or high school diploma and a valid driver's license. And then that is ageless after that. So you can have someone who has been doing plumbing for years and they're ready to get their license. So this is a great way. They can start with year 2. They can skip year 1, start with year 2 and complete 3 and 4, or just depend on their experience level. So breaking it down as far as our costs. So for year 1, that includes their enrollment and also the new just student enrollment, because there's some admin work behind all that. It's $1,675. And then for your years 2, 3, and 4, it drops down to $1,330. And there's textbooks that are required for the plumbing. There's $115 each, so you'll need one for each year. But then the HVAC, they just revamped that course, so it's a big thick textbook for those 4 years, and that's $208 for that. We offer advanced placement testing, so that again, that's someone you have that has experience. They don't need to take 101 because that's just your basic introductory year. They can take that exam and then they can start with year 2. If they pass, they can start with year 2. And then again, they give you a year to complete each course. If there's for some reason there's been times where emergency happens or they had to step away from work, you can pause or add in a 6-month extension to that 1 year if they're not able to complete it. And we do have our standards with Apprentice NC DOL. So breaking down by plumbing and HVAC, they're the same. So the minimum hours from 6,000 to 8,000 hours needed to be approved for completion. So the classroom work, and then the 6,000, 8,000 is your OJT hours. And there's journey worker rate. So by the time they finish the program, they should be making at least $18. More than likely, they're making more than this, pretty much starting out. But you do have to make sure they're at least making at least 15 the first year, and then they get an increase each year they succeed and pass. So 15, 16, 17, and it goes to $17.50, and then as they finish, they should be making at least $18 an hour, and that's for both occupations. Any questions about our standards? Let's talk about some students' responsibilities. So when they're enrolled into the PHCC Academy courses, they are, complete work in a timely manner, read all the information and assignments within the learning management system. So because with this course, they provide slideshows, videos, just a lot of definitions, and with the books to follow along. You want to complete all your tests as a closed book test. You want to make sure you're passing with at least a 70% or higher. If you do not pass with a 70% or higher, you would have to retake the test. And usually it resets, or the admin will let me know, like, hey, they did not pass. Can you reset it? And I will reach out to our consultant to reset that. And they complete the course within a year. And again, it talks about that 6-month increase if they need to extend it. And then just maintain all their certificates and just like their documents of like on the job training hours and things like that. And then jump to the employer or the apprentice admin, we like to call it. You want to ensure the apprentice has completed the 90-day probational period. Ensure that all students are enrolled and are proficient in reading and writing. So again, this is where that making sure they have those prior requirements, the GED, high school diploma, valid driver's license, at least 18. Track the apprentice on the job training hours, and that's provided in our standards. So once you get the standards, the employer will have to complete the forms, and attached to that are all the documents you need to keep track for each student. So you can print them out, write their name on it, or make it digital and track, because you do have to make sure you're tracking all the hours, all the components that they're learning, and all those things, because you keep them for your records for up to 5 years. And because we get audited, so sometimes I will say, hey, can you send me 5 of your students, all their their checklists, their hours, their pay, and all those things. I have to turn that in, and just making sure you're paying them as according to the standards. All right, and then earlier I mentioned how there was some funding and support for apprentices. So naturally, these it's an investment on, within the student. So the employer pays for this essentially, but there are some ways, to hold accountability to that apprentice, and just also have some relief for the member and the apprentice themselves. So the first one I want to highlight is just a sample and agreement form. This is something that I shared this as well. This was given to me when I first started, because this is what someone uses in their business, and I thought this was really great. So it's agreement form between the admin or the employer and the apprentice. This is in-house. I don't need to know this or have this part, but I like it because it keeps the apprentice accountable. Because it can be either, hey, we're going to deduct a certain amount out of your paycheck until you finish the program, and then when you complete it, you get it all back. Things like that to keep them motivated and to know, like, hey, I'm taking this as serious as you are, and I appreciate that. So there's 2 options here. You can look at these. These are just examples. You don't have to use these, but I do like to share this. So it outlines employer and apprentice expectations, and it's signed before the program is started, so everyone's on the same page. And then we offer scholarships. So PHGC of North Carolina, we personally have 2. We have the Gracie Sullivan Memorial Scholarship and also the Whitaker-Long Scholarship. And our open enrollment is from May to July, and it's awarded once per scholarship. So you can only be awarded once per scholarship. And we had this year 3 scholar recipients win these scholarships, and one was actually in the HVAC program, not ours specifically, but they were in a community college one. So that was really great to see. And then the PHCC Education Foundation, this year alone, they had 56 different scholarships. So there's money there. Their open enrollments from January until May 1st, and a maximum of 4 employees from any one employer may win an award in any given year. So this is something that you can apply for. There's so many of them. So there's enough out there that can help cover the cost of enrollment, cover books, cover tools that may be needed for them, uniforms, things that's, going to help their education. And then just getting started. So I kind of mentioned some of this, but again, if you're a PHGC member, you have to review the standards and complete the forms to register your company. I get all the information. I send it to our consultant at the Apprentice NC, because they house all the apprentices and keeps track of when they started and when they completed. And they have to approve that. And then once that's done, you need to appoint an apprentice admin, someone that most time is never the owner. I think I have maybe one. But normally it's an admin that helps oversee all the apprentices, make sure they check in, because you do have access to their like they call it the back end. You can impersonate their coursework just to see exactly where they're at and the last time they logged in, and how much time they're spending on it. So you definitely want to appoint someone that can do that weekly. Then you want to establish your company's guidelines for the apprentices. So again, this is where you can look at your in-house agreement forms, talk about those scholarships. Someone even mentioned making it mandatory, like, hey, you need to at least apply for these once a year. to, kind of help out, that could be a part of that as well. And then you just want to create storage in the office to house these apprentice records, because again, you have to keep these for at least 5 years per student. Awesome. And that was my long spiel, but any questions or comments about our program, continuing education, anything you guys can think of or want to know more about?
I'd ask you the question as to how you entice people. Where's the benefit? I know there's no mandate for some of this stuff. And I think smart business people want to train their people. Okay.
Yes.
But the lure to get them to do this, I see a number of contractors out there, obviously, that need to push people to these, but they don't necessarily find the time and the money and the mandate. And I'm not a mandate kind of person. I may work for a local government, but I don't believe in big government, big brother. Not like that. So I think the dilemma is what I see, where people, they see the availability of it, but they don't make the time for it. And I'm asking from you all's standpoint, how you encourage people to take part in these programs.
I mean, with our success stories and with, because a common ask is like training, and they want license holders and all these things, where it's like, well, there's steps to that, and we have that solution for you. So we have many benefits of just being a PHCC member, and our mission is education, safety, continuing to provide that for our community and the workforce in itself, because there's a dire need for that, right? There's a lot of
I agree.
A huge gap, because all this infrastructure, everything you see is something being built, and they need people. They need skilled, trained. And this course, it does all the hard work for you. Like, it does all the structure, it does all the courses and all those things provided. I think Stephanie, you had
Can I tack on? Do you care?
Yes, of course.
In talking to a lot of our members too, the ones that have the least issue with retention of employees are the ones that invest in continuing education for their employees. So I'd say that's a benefit to the business, is to use it as a retention tool. And also, you know how it is, getting called back to jobs to repair mistakes that have never should have been made is a cost to the business. And those are going to continue to happen if those issues aren't addressed via education. So there's, I think we actually have some data on it, but happy to share that.
Thank you. Yes. Did that kind of answer your question a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Good.
And Mason, good job for going through that program and getting licensed up that way. That's
thank you.
It's good to hear those kind of stories. Yeah.
Yeah, it's done a lot for me. And to speak on, engagement with the program at McClintock, all of the new apprentices that come in, I'd say 80 to 90% of them are very interested in getting involved, and just because they're eager to learn, so.
Good. And having a company that will help invest in that is good. And you want to see those companies be successful. So, yeah, we want to keep pushing them that way as well. So good job.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And we've had 4 graduates so far this year. So they completed the 4 years and they just finished up. So, and the goal is, to go apply, for the licensure exam, and that really sets them up for that.
Good. Very good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We do have 2 more of the Lunch and Learns coming up in 2 weeks. We'll talk with Joseph with Capital Area Work Development about the grants that are available to business owners for like new hires, apprenticeships, trainings. There's money out there for them, and he'll talk about all those for the Wake County area. And then the third one is about the Homes and Here's rebate program. So we'll have them come and speak about that, because North Carolina really needs contractors to participate to provide these updates for the rebate program. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Hope we have a wonderful day and hope to see you at the next one.
Thanks. You too.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.